go on. He's talking about cornerbacks now, and I'm losing the will to live. Thank you.
You're good.
Go Chiefs.
You're good. By the way, the Chiefs' run defense in the preseason is right. It's higher than the middle of the pack. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12. 13th so far in rushing yards allowed. How is that giving you a lot of confidence that the rush defense has been improved?
Yeah. I don't see any. I'd say on a serious point, I don't see any real major boosts to that defense. They got the boy from Seattle, didn't they? The Frank Clark, another guy with, another man of the people, and it will be interesting to see if he makes a difference. But otherwise, they lost D4, didn't they? So it was kind of one for the other. Although I think Clark's a better player. Have they made any other big differences to that defense, James?
Honey Badger.
Ooh.
You asked, I answered. You're welcome.
James, Green Bay Brian, what do you have to say about the Packers?
Ross, the guy he doesn't want to see cut. Equanimous St. Brown is going to IR. It's looking more and more likely that my guy Jake Kumaro is going to make the squad. Biggest question heading to the preseason. We spent big to improve a defense and free agency. The Smiths, Adrian Amos in the draft, 2 picks of Rashard Gary, Darryl Savage. Will it be enough to push to the top half of the league? He doesn't answer that. Overall defensive play was poor in the preseason. Way too many missed tackles, far too little pressure on opposing QBs. Here's hoping it's because Mike Pettin was keeping the good stuff under the wraps until week 1. We are super thin at inside linebacker, having lost number 2 and number 3. In this pecking order to long-term injuries. Either way, we're going to play a lot of strong safety, Raven Green, in a hybrid role where we need to find someone else currently not on our roster.
My daughter apparently really enjoyed that breakdown of the Green Bay Packers. Finding it so nice. The Miami Dolphins are at we're all done with the Green Bay Packers, right? There's not much more to add. The Miami Dolphins are at the New Orleans Saints, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, 8 o'clock kickoff. Neil, what did Chris have to say about the Saints?
Well, Chris is the player he doesn't want cut is Kayvon Webster. Kayvon's been a solid cornerback out there on the perimeter, while both Robinson and Williams have shown to be lost. So Ken Crawley has been inconsistent, and it's time to move on from him. So Kayvon Webster, guy to watch out for, and hopefully makes the roster. Biggest question of the offseason, can the Saints garner a pass rush without blitzing? And that's, of course, a question many teams in the NFL have. My own team, one of them. And you wonder, is Davenport, the guy I'm thinking about, Davenport, Marcus, who they drafted, what, this is his second year, is it? His second year? Yep. They'll need him to come through, won't they? And was that answered? No, it's not been answered. It's going to be a long few weeks without Sheldon Rankins, Rankins, was he injured towards the end of last season, just before the playoffs? That'd be right.
Yeah, I think so.
A broken leg or an ACL or some sort of serious injury, wasn't it? So they'll be wanting to get him back. He's a good player. And that's really been it from the Saints. Probably a team who will look to be in the playoffs again this year, I guess.
What did Ron, our tag team partner for the Dolphins, have to say, James?
Patrick Laird is the player he's looking at. Undrafted free agent running back from Cal. He can run, catch, break tackles, hit the hole pretty quick. I'll cry if he's cut. That's a direct quote, ladies and gentlemen. Does this team have the linebacker that we need for what needs to be done in Florida's defense? Is a big question. The answer, I thought for sure we would, but no. And it ended up being yes. However, he has that word here. It's just confusing to me. Jerome Baker is set up to be a star in this defense. He can seem to do everything. He'll fill a Gerard Mayo type role on this team.
I wonder what that means. What does that mean?
I don't know.
It means he'll be a liability in coverage.
Oh, great.
Burn. darn.
How dare you?
He was a good player. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Are they the worst team in the league?
The Dolphins?
no, the Bengals are.
Bengals, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good shout. Yeah, good shout.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Your quarterback is Ryan Fitzpatrick. Nope. Sorry. It's the Dolphins. Especially when they're still trying to unload talent, despite the fact that they're trying to acquire Jadeveon Clowney.
They want to give up Tunsil, don't they? I can't believe that. Tunsil's a good player. I like him.
I said everyone's available.
Everyone is available. Trust me. All they want right now is Jadeveon Clowney, and they'll give up everybody else. They really want to go 0-16.
Yeah.
The LA Rams are at the Houston Texans, 8 o'clock kickoff, Energy Stadium in Houston. Neil, what did James have to say about the Texans?
Well, James is saying despite losing a starting lineman and a starting running back, the Texans somehow didn't have the worst week 3 of the preseason in the AFC South. That's true. Fair point. Deep roster guy. He hasn't given us a deep roster guy. He's that deep we can't even see him on this page here. He must be on a page further down. The biggest question: can the Texans O-line keep Watson alive? And I think, hey James, we've got a guy you want, Trent Williams. Give us your first round pick, your second round pick, and you can have Trent Williams. I'll do a deal for you right here, right now. Who was the starting lineman they lost? Do you know?
I don't know. As a matter of fact, I know Lamar Miller is hurt. So Duke Johnson show. I mean, how lucky were they to have Duke Johnson land in their laps?
Very lucky. Yeah. I quite like him. Don't know, James. Do you like Duke Johnson?
He's a solid running back. Definitely wouldn't lean on him too much, but 60% of your of the touches for the backfield can definitely go to him.
Yeah, I wonder if is Titus Howard injured then? Was that the offensive line he's talking about? I don't know. Can't see it here.
I am struggling to find it myself.
Yeah.
But it appears that they do have question because every news article that I find as I Google Texans injured offensive line is they've got some problems and some injuries, and that they signed a kid to help out their line, Christian DeLorio.
Yeah,
I don't know if that actually gave the Texans any aid.
I mean, surely the Texans. I was going to say their front office, but it's the same guy, isn't it? The coach and front office, it's all the same guy. You'd think O'Brien would be looking across the division and seeing what's happened to Andrew Luck and his injuries, and seeing the offensive line he's putting up there in front of to protect Deshaun Watson, who I think is an excellent player. And how long is he going to last? How long is he's already lost time through injury, hasn't he, in his career? I wonder. Disappointing to see that if he's another one who ends up breaking down through injury.
Well, and that's one of the things James rants on about Bill O'Brien, as he points out some of the ways the Colts treated their quarterback. Doesn't want to see the same thing happening to his.
No,
all right.
exactly.
What did Jared have to say about the LA Rams, James?
The deep roster guy he doesn't want to see cut. Kevin Peterson, cornerback, rookie, undrafted free agent 2017, and picked off Jimmy G twice in the regular season finale when the Rams benched all their starters.
Which, as we found out now, that's fairly average.
Stop it.
Just twice. Come on, what's he playing at?
Oh, man. Stop it, Neil. The Rams' biggest question before preseason started was the new starters who departed in free agency. Saffold, Sullivan, Sue, and Barron. Will it be won by second-year players who played minimal snaps as rookies last year? Answer to the question, it was abundantly clear that Joe Noteboom, left guard, and Brian Allen, center, won the starter roles early as they did. Let's see here.
They didn't play a single snap this preseason. None of the starters for the Rams played a single snap this preseason.
They did not. He goes on to mention that about the rest of the offensive line as well. Jelani Demby, 6th-round pick in 18, has struggled and may not make the team. Micah Kaiser was in line to earn a starting middle linebacker job next to Corey Littleton, but he's most likely out for the year with a torn pec muscle he sustained against Dallas, meaning Bryce Hager has won the starting job for now. Don't sleep on last chance U-star, 7th-round rookie Dakota Allen, who's been flying all over the field making plays in the preseason. Nose tackle position vacated by Sue is too close to call. Battle between second-year tackle Sebastian Joseph Day and rookie Greg Gaines. In my opinion, Gaines has outplayed Joseph Day in the preseason, but it's too close to call, and no one can tell who will win the battle.
All right, 9 o'clock, the Arizona Cardinals and the Denver Broncos Stadium at Mile High in Denver. What did Dr. Jones have on the Cardinals, Neil?
Well, he's saying, Kingsbury has already said that we won't see Kyler or anyone else of consequence in this matchup. That raises the question, do they have anyone else of consequence? So 2 things are guaranteed. 1, we will lose. It's Denver, and they always crush us in preseason. And 2, some back-of-the-roster guys will be fighting for the final 53. And Brian's guys to watch are Michael Dogby, I don't know, 7th-round pick, number 249. The kid just keeps making plays. Our defensive line is a mess, and I think the kid might have played himself onto the roster. Joshua Miles is another 7th-rounder, picked 248, so slightly better than the last guy. Another player picked late who may make the roster because of how thin our depth is at the position. This kid still needs to bulk up, but seems to have good feet, so better than AB's feet, maybe. Lamont Galliard, a 6th-round pick, number 179, if you're interested. I think he may be our center of the future. Solid play all preseason. Another battle to watch is our backup inside linebacker behind the guy we tried to trade last year, Hassan Reddick. Dennis Gardeck versus Zeke Turner. Gardeck has been running with the 2s all preseason, but I think Turner has outplayed him and may wrestle the job away. Good luck and no injuries.
For the Denver Broncos, we don't have a super fan, but both NFL.com and Bleacher Report said the biggest question for the Broncos is Joe Flacco. And the result from the preseason to answer that question is wait and see. But we know one thing, Flacco doesn't have competition with the first-rounder Drew Lock, as he still has a ways to go from the performance that we've seen, plus he's injured. So it is definitely all on Joe Flacco. The Broncos will go the way Flacco goes.
And I think Flacco... I was just going to say, James, I think Flacco will go as well as their first-round tight end goes, because Flacco's career has been good with good tight ends and bad without them.
Between week 8 and 10, Flacco will be benched. But he won't finish the season much like he did in last year. And this time it won't be the injury, it'll be because of his play.
Well, that would mean Drew Lock is 100% healthy. You can't put the rookie out there unless he's 100% healthy.
It's a hand injury, isn't it?
Who else are they going to carry if Drew Lock doesn't? Since Drew Lock will start the season on some type of injury list, whoever else they bring in at quarterback to back up Flacco would just take over the job, because they're not going to suffer through a losing season watching Flacco just, for lack of a better term, piss away the rest of the year.
Well,
so even if Locke isn't healthy, someone else will be playing quarterback when the season ends for the Broncos.
Well, you can rest easy, James, because it's going to be Kevin Hogan, and we all know what that means.
Wait. Doesn't Kevin Hogan play wide receiver for the Patriots?
That's how good he is. He can do both.
Yeah. Your choices at quarterback to back up Joe Flacco while Drew Lock is on the PUP list are Kevin Hogan or Brett Rippon, who is the son of Mark.
No, he's not.
No, I thought he's a nephew.
He's a nephew or something.
Whatever. He's related. He's got Rippon Button in.
That's right. And we know what that means, James. That means Super Bowls.
I have a feeling it's Joe Flacco or bust. They're not benching Joe Flacco at any